Ice Age is one of those series that a lot of people grew up with, but I didn't grow up with it too much. I watched the original maybe once or twice, and I definitely rewatched the third one a lot, but that was about it. Series ran from 2002 to 2022, so it had 20 years of runtime, and in that time they made 6 movies, which of course I'm going to be ranking those today. Now, I'm by no means like a professional movie critic. I'm just someone who enjoys movies and felt like giving my opinion on which I like the most and which I like the least. So let's get right into it. Now, right at the bottom we have Continental Drift because I like this one. I don't like this one, honestly. I thought it was so boring and I forget most of it. Basically, there's like the continents start drifting apart, hence the name. And then there's this plot where the daughter has like a friend who's a mole, but then the other mammoths bully her for it. So then she's like, "Oh, he's not actually my friend. I just hang out with him." I didn't even understand that plot line. And then the main cast, they like get stranded in the ocean, and then they find this iceberg that has a bunch of pirates on it. And the pirates are like, "Oh, you can't escape because we never escaped, so you're stuck here forever." But then lo and behold, they find a way to escape, and the pirates get mad at them. Then they find like another island, and I don't really remember what happens on this island either. I mean, I know Diego gets like a love interest, and she's an alright character. I don't remember much about her either. But then the pirates get to that landmass, and then the main group steal the ship, and also Sid did something to get himself paralyzed. So then they have to carry him while the pirates like are chasing them, and then they like sail off, and then they come back home, and then I don't even remember what happens at the end, honestly. I was so bored towards the end of it, I like just wanted to turn it off. So yeah, nothing really stood out to me in that movie. I guess the grandma was an okay character, and the villain's song was like fine. That's about all I can say about it. Let's move on. At number 5 we have the Meltdown, which is a little bit better in my opinion. Is basically it starts with one of the armadillo looking things talking about how the end of the world is coming, and then lo and behold the water starts flowing in, and then they're like, "Oh, it is the end of the world, this guy's not crazy." And then the population, they're all like walking, and the group, I forget how they get separated, but they get separated from them, and then they meet Ellie somewhere.
The last mammoth.
And she thinks she's a possum because she grew up with the possums.
I knew I wasn't the only one.
They keep walking together so that they don't get caught in the flood. And then there's some strange plot line where Sid gets kidnapped in his sleep. And then there's like these tiny sloths that worship him and try to put him in fire. I couldn't tell you what that was supposed to do to the story. They come back later as like, I don't even know, man. I did like Diego having to get over his fear of water. I think me and John Marston could learn a bit from him. So yeah, that was about all I had to say about that. It wasn't super special to me. I guess it's good that Ellie learned that she's a mammoth. I find it a little hard to believe that she actually thought she was a possum for that long. But who am I to question it? It's just a silly little movie. Anyway, great retelling of Noah's Ark. Okay, at number 4 we have Buck Wild, which I see a lot of people put this as their least favorite, and I don't get why it gets so much hate, because honestly, I thought it was really fun to watch. Maybe I'm biased, because as you guys can tell, Buck's my favorite character from the series. It was just like a fun movie to watch. It wasn't super complicated. Like the possums get separated from the group, and then Buck finds them, and then they have to find a way to get back to the group. I like the dinosaur area coming back because I fucking love dinosaurs, and it's just a silly little movie about this. And I like their super intelligent villain that thought he was above everyone. And also I have to say, I'm really glad they didn't just turn the girl character into a love interest for Buck, and that she actually had more to her character. If you have Disney Plus, I would definitely recommend watching this, because when I saw it, I was like drawing while I was watching it, so it was kind of fun to just like, you know, half pay attention to, or you can just fully pay attention to it. I'm sure it's still fun to just watch it whenever. Anyways, enough of me rambling. Collision Course. I love this one. I find it very visually pleasing, especially that intro with the mammoths. I think they're having an anniversary. I think that is such a beautiful looking scene. So basically the plot of this one is there's meteors crashing down to Earth. If I remember correct, I think Scrat's the one who got this started. So those are crashing down to Earth, and then Buck sees it and he's like, oh, I know how to fix that. I'm gonna tell the group how we do that, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna you know, prevent extinction. So they have like this long journey that they walk on, and there's these like pterodactyl villains that follow them throughout. I can't remember much of like why. Oh, wait, I remember now. Buck stole an egg that they were gonna have for lunch from them because he was saving it. Also, beautiful opera piece he had there. So they're like following the group and trying to kill them. They're not like the most standout villains, but I think that doesn't matter too much because the rest of the movie is pretty good. A couple things I liked. I liked the plot of Manny having to get used to the fact that his daughter had a boyfriend now. So that was a nice change from what he was like before. And then I mean, Buck got a daughter in this. That was great. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that movie. And number 2, we have the original movie, which is where the series all started off, and the characters here are pretty well written. I'm sure most of you know the plot, but basically they have a human baby and they have to find a way to return it to the human family it has. And I like Diego starting as like a bad guy who was originally gonna kill the baby, because I think the Sabretooths didn't like it because they were like, oh, he's gonna hunt us when he's an adult. Diego kind of learns like, oh no, this is just a baby and I shouldn't like kill it. So he ends up helping them. You know, as everyone says with this movie, they do really good silent storytelling of what happened to the mammoths. Manny's kind of like backstory. Also, I like that their liar reveal, when they reveal that Diego was originally planning to kill the human. They don't linger on that for too long, and the characters are able to move on in a good amount of time. So yeah, the humans are kind of weird looking in this, but you can ignore that. Anyways. Now, my absolute favorite movie, in which you probably saw this coming from a mile away, is Dawn of the Dinosaurs. I'm literally in a dinosaur class while I'm in university right now, so I mean, what else was I gonna pick? This is the absolute peak of Ice Age, man. Everything about it is just perfect. Manny and Ellie together, they're planning to have like a baby. Sid gets his own little eggs that he's kind of like a mom to, so that was chill too, you know, empowering the men to be moms. The little ice playground that they had for the kids too, I always thought that looked like so much fun to play with. You know, even when I was little, I thought this animation in the movie was just phenomenal. I just rewatched it last night before making this video, and still, it looks so good. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. It looks better than most of the movies, like even Collision Course. I think it looks better than that. The mammals, they look so soft, like you really feel like you can touch them, and then the dinosaurs, they look so nice. And like, you know, the Mama T-Rex, she's beautiful. Rudy the Baryonyx, he looks so menacing when he like comes out of the shadows. And this is also the film where Buck is first introduced, you know, the best character in this entire series. And then they have like this plot line where Diego feels like he is losing his hunting instinct, you know, he gets tired so easily when he's chasing things. But then when Ellie is like giving birth, he's able to push through that and like give himself some adrenaline. So that was so satisfying to see, because, you know, he deserves to feel good. So that was my ranking of the Ice Age movies. I hope some of you agree with that. Maybe some of you people who like Buck, wow, they're glad to finally see someone who also likes it. Let me know if you guys want any more rankings. I might start making some videos just going in depth on movies I like or characters I like, video games maybe too. I'm not entirely sure, but I've got a lot of things, a lot of scripts that I'm writing for future videos, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't already. You know, typical YouTuber, I gotta beg for attention. Anyways, love you guys. I'll see you in another video. Bye.